to be a good influencer or a good activist, I always say the number one skill is to have self-confidence. And that's really the one thing that people get out of my program. I started the program thinking it was going to be all about the tools and the tactics and the strategies and the method. And then I did surveys. I do surveys at the end of my program. And everybody says the number one thing I learned here is to be confident in myself, that I can do this, that I'm not a chef, but I can do this. I'm not a experienced business owner, but I can do this. Because if we don't have confidence, we don't believe in ourselves, and then we're not going to be able to take action. And action is what we need in order to create a vegan world. So in order to build confidence, it's important to have experiences that show you're going to be successful with this. So we have to be able to put ourselves out of our comfort zone, move forward through things that are maybe a little bit challenging or different, and do them. Like having those conversations with the chefs that you don't want to have, that are awkward, but you have to do that to build confidence and make sure that you know you have those skills to be able to move things forward. So confidence isn't about believing you're going to be the best at something or the most beautiful person in the room, like we think of confidence, but confidence just means that you believe in your ability to make an impact. You believe in your ability to help people. You believe that your voice matters. And I think that if an activist doesn't have that, then they're not going to be very effective. So I've seen activists that they know their voice matters, and that takes me, I think, to the next tip that I would give is to have clear messaging, to make sure that your message is really clear and simple. And you'll see this with the large vegan influencer activists. They have one clear message and they just hit that message home, and they just say that message 100 times in 100 different ways, but it's the same message. So like you said, figure out your why, figure out your message, and stay with that, and just keep promoting that message through living it and through sharing your life. And the last thing I would say about vegan influencing is to be patient. Like I said, have mindfulness, respond rather than react. So be patient and listen more than you talk in the beginning. So cultivate your listening skills, whether it's talking to your mother-in-law or whether it's talking to a chef at a restaurant or talking to someone who you've never met before. Listen and try to understand them as best you can before you start promoting or saying whatever you want to say. I think that a lot of times we stay in our vegan bubbles for so long that we kind of forget how to interact with other people, other non-vegans, in a non-outreach, direct outreach kind of way. And there are so many vegan influencers that, especially the people that join my program, they say, oh, I've never been to a non-vegan restaurant since I went vegan, or I don't have non-vegan friends. I don't know how to talk to them. And they don't know how to navigate these conversations. But we have to put ourselves out of our comfort zone, and we have to move toward integrating, being part of the rest of the world so that we can have an influence. We're not going to have an influence if we're only in our core circle, and the only time we interact with non-vegans is on a direct outreach conversation on the street. We have to have relationships with non-vegans. We have to put them in a situation where they can like and know us and trust us in order to be influenced by us. So they can't be influenced by us if they have a one-time, they can be if they have a one-time conversation, but you're much more likely to influence someone with a longer-term relationship. So I'd encourage anyone who's listening to just get out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid of getting out of that vegan bubble. Go to a non-vegan restaurant, put yourself in an awkward situation, and you'll surprise yourself that you can probably navigate that with ease, better than you thought you could.